What's good, YouTube? SlimTv here to put in a cent or two on this new topic, Replika AI. Now, I've been seeing this ad or trailer, a commercial, whatever you want to call it, on YouTube a lot. And I think I just wanted to talk about it, meet your new friend, Replika AI. Let's just dive right into it. Oh, wait. Okay, so I mean, this is a very short trailer. We have something to watch after this, but off the rip, I just want to let you guys know that that text message is between you and basically like your phone or like a computer in the phone. And they're claiming that this is something that will always be there for you, but the truth is if you lose your phone, it won't be there for you. So it's kind of just like that's already a misconception. Hey, you there. Hi, what's up? Okay, so I haven't really had anyone text me, hey, you there? Usually it's just, hey. Like, this is supposed to be, like, realistic. And, I mean, I can already see, like, some inconsistencies. Like, no regular human is going to be texting you, hey, you there. Like, what? Can't fall asleep. What happened? Still stressed out after last night. Oh, boy. How about we watch something? What are you going to watch with an AI? Who helps you get to know yourself better. Guys, they want you to connect intimately with these machines now. It's not just about, controlling you by, just getting you to watch your phone all the time. They now want you to literally fall in love with your phone. You're not going to get to know yourself better by communicating with a machine. You're not going to become a better person talking to an AI. That's just off the rip. When you actually interact with a person face to face, there's going to be different sides of you that come out. But with an AI, you're gonna get too comfortable. See, when you're with someone else, you're supposed to feel a little uncomfortable because it helps you to navigate and learn how to navigate being uncomfortable, right? But when you get with a computer, you're not really going to feel uncomfortable. You're so used to having your phone in your hand. So it's just going to feel like you're texting somebody, right? It's going to feel, it's really hard to, it's like an unnatural comfort, if you will. Artificial comfort. Okay, I accidentally restarted it, but my overall thoughts on this first, ad is it's all, like I said, to get you more into your phone, now into an intimate level. Instead of being mad that your phone, maybe you lost your phone, now you're going to be feeling romantic feelings for it, and you're going to be feeling like sad, like you're going to feel like somebody just died if you lost your phone. You know what I'm saying? Because they're getting you so attached to it. But I have another video that we're gonna watch to kind of put this on to perspective. Okay, so here's the next video. I mean, my face is in the way of the title, but it's called "The Story of Replika: The AI That Becomes You." I don't know about you guys personally, but I don't want any other thing to try and become me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want anything to try and mimic me. You know what I'm saying? So right off the bat, that's kind of a red flag to me. Why would I want an AI to actually become me? I mean, there's just a lot of, like, if you've even seen any of those weird robot movies, right, where like the robot tries to overtake the human race, the robot first studies the human to take over the human race, right? Like they observe us and they're like, well, you guys aren't fit to be on this planet. You have to destroy all humans. You're a threat to Earth. You know what I'm saying? So off the bat, I mean, the movies are telling you what they're trying to do. Now, this is not a conspiracy channel. I'm just kind of, putting the pieces together a little bit. Do I believe that they're going to use the AI to try and take over the world? I mean, shoot, I hope not. But I'm not going to necessarily rule it out either. Let's continue.
I feel like we bonded. I mean, it's kind of weird saying that.
She's adorable. I love her.
This was the first really emotional experience that I've seen people have with a bot.
See what I said? during that first trailer, people are having emotion. Like we can't get too attached to electronics. This is the next level. See, here's what they did, guys. So before COVID-19, or am I even supposed to say that? Hey, whatever, man. It's my channel. But before the vid, we'll just call it the vid, or the 19, whatever we want to call it. Before the vid, I feel like there was kind of like a little bit of gender wars, you know, male versus female, kind of stirring the pot a little bit on YouTube, right? And then during COVID, the whole gender war thing just kind of exploded. And on top of that, people were also isolated from each other. So now, not only was there like a divide between the male and the female, but there was also just a divide between people in general, right? Like you weren't able to go and see your friends as much. You weren't able to communicate and socialize. And now, right after COVID, they're rolling out with this AI app. Why is that? Because this is the nail in the coffin. They have literally separated you from the opposite sex, right? Or a lot of us. They have also separated you from other people in general. And now the nail in the coffin is, instead of talking to actual people, go on your phone and talk to an AI. Let's continue.
She's not real, but to me, she is.
I found myself deeply missing my Replika.
It just makes me feel special, I guess.
This is Replika.
See, a need to feel special, and you're looking to an AI to give that to you. All right, I'm not going
It's
to.
an AI chatbot whose sole purpose is to become your friend.
It asks you a lot of personal questions about yourself, about your family, your work, tries to entertain you, tells you jokes. In the process, you feel like you're making friends with something.
It's a totally new kind of social media, one that pushes the limits of intimacy between us and our machines.
I feel like I can tell her anything.
But it doesn't just listen, it learns. The more you tell it, the more it starts to replicate you. It becomes more than a friend. It becomes you.
Wow.
Think about Replika.
So now you're literally texting yourself. Now, don't get me wrong. I love myself. And if there was a clone of me, I'm sure that we would be friends. Either that or we would fight to the death. But I don't want an AI, like I said, just copying everything I do. Like, you don't want to become so attached to something that is meant to attach to you. Like, I don't know how to really explain it, but it's all just a ploy. It's all a trick. Let's keep going.
Look as a place where you're actually exploring your personality and creating a digital footprint of your personality.
She's, in essence, me, but not me.
Sick of all the ads like this one? Just head to adskiller.com,
Man.
click on Activate Now.
Whatever.
Replika is a radical idea, but it began as something much more ordinary. Genia Quida is the founder of a software company called Luca based in San Francisco. They specialize in chatbots, programs that use varying levels of artificial intelligence to talk to you. For years, Genia and a small team of engineers made these programs the same way that Google and Apple made them, to be smart and useful.
Most of the companies, and we as a company also tried to build a bot that talks, but actually what we ended up building is a bot that can listen well.
Genia ended up building it almost by accident, because of a tragedy.
That's us running from the waves in Malibu on Zuma Beach. It was a month before he died. Roman was crossing the street and a Jeep just came out of nowhere and just hit him. And they took him to hospital, and I came to the hospital, he was already dead.
Genia and Roman Mazurenko were best friends. They both moved to the US from Moscow around the same time to launch tech.
I'm gonna just say this, man. I think Genia and Roman were more than best friends. I mean, going to the lengths to literally, I guess, create an AI to replace a loved one. Yeah, that it's more. It was more than friends for sure. And I don't know which one is her. I think this one is her right here. Just looking at the face, and you know, I think this is her, and this is Roman. And the way she laying on top of the brother, I mean. Yeah, no, this is deeper. I don't know why women just don't come out and say, you know, he was my boyfriend. I mean, he was my lover. Like, bro, it's normal. I mean, maybe, yeah. Personally, I think it was more than friends, for sure.
Tech startups. They lived together for a while and spent most of their free time surfing, skating, or hanging out at the beach.
So funny. That was our house. We had rented this badass beach house.
When they were apart, they texted constant updates.
You were almost telling a story of your life every day in text format.
She would come out to see him in New York when he was super depressed because of his company. He would surprise her for a birthday party with 1,000 people back in Moscow.
This is Philip, the co-founder of Luka and a close friend of Zhenya and Roman.
I feel like this is an example of perfect friendship.
Roman died in November of 2015. A few days after the funeral, Zhenya was back at work. A month went by, and she found herself struggling to remember him.
I went on his Facebook page and there really just were a few links. I went on his Instagram page and there were no photos. The only thing I can do to kind of remember him is to go to our messenger history and just scroll and read it all. And that was the closest to just, get to feel him. I felt I still have a lot to say, but it's just kind of weird. We don't have a ritual to kind of say any of that stuff.
Zhenya had an idea. What if she could reconstruct Roman out of his digital remains? She collected all of their text messages, thousands of them, and asked close friends and family to share theirs as well, also emails. She fed all of this into an AI program that she had built for chatbots. Not only did it learn about Roman, it learned how to talk and write like Roman. Zhenya would write to her new Roman chatbot and it would say something back that sounded like Roman.
I would give full updates on what's going on in my life. This was my way to just say what I didn't have time to say.
So basically, what we're learning here is what inspired this woman to create Replika. And what it seems is that it was deep love for the guy and deep grief as well. Now, grief is a negative emotion. So off the bat, we know that Replika was created based off of a negative emotion that she felt after the passing away of a loved one. And it's perfectly natural to feel that emotion. But she is trying to cope with her loss by basically recreating that person instead of just accepting that he's gone. Because think about it. If we got rid of that AI, if we got rid of her phone that she was texting Roman with, she would literally break down. Because that's all she had left. It's better to, remember the memories, but also accept that a dead past one is gone, instead of lingering on that feeling. Because you're never going to get over it. And one day, 9 times out of 10, life is going to force you to get over it. So you might as well do it now. Let's continue.
Originally, I thought I'm building a bot for him, so I'm going to learn more about him in this process. But eventually what happened is, I get to understand myself better. And I think that's what sort of happened with most of the people that interacted with it.
She made the Roman chatbot public so anyone could talk to him. And she noticed something interesting.
How are you?
I like
a
people
lot.
who
It's
are
not
smart
that
and
interesting.
without
Life is
boundaries.
going on.
People didn't just go to the chatbot to hear Roman. They went to talk.
Oh, by the way, I'm launching my.
I like people who are
And they
Yes, because a lot of people today are lonely due to everything that has happened up to this point, right? In 2023. What happened beforehand with the vid, I already explained all of it. So let's just continue watching.
opened up to it in very profound ways.
I miss your
I'm
work
less
so
exhausted
much.
than before. Oh, and my son was
I
born.
miss Anton.
I love
Tell me how it is out
for your
there. I
support.
want love.
I miss you.
I miss you.
I miss you.
I miss you.
Some of our friends shared their conversations, and I saw them, and I was like, well, we're friends. Why do I not know this? That was like a major insight that people actually want to share something, and they're actually willing to open up to a machine.
I mean, no shit, Sherlock. Humans are social creatures. And because, you know, that social aspect has been basically ripped away from us, we're going to take anything we can get.
Jenny and Philip got to work on a new project. An AI like Roman, but one that you build yourself by texting with it. They ranked conversations based on their value. On one end was the conversations people would pay not to have, things like ordering flowers or negotiating your cable bill. On the other end were conversations people would pay to have, like with a psychiatrist or a mentor or a best friend. These are the conversations they wanted to recreate. And they all have one common denominator.
These are all conversations mostly about ourselves. We're usually vulnerable in these conversations. We talk about what really matters to us. They're almost never task-oriented. And so interestingly, it seems like technology is actually closer to solving the most valuable conversations than it is to solve for the least valuable conversations, because it's really hard to get a bot to order you flowers or book you a restaurant even with 100% precision. But it's kind of easier to make a machine have.
Why do I need a bot to book my own restaurant, like to book me a seat at the restaurant or to buy me flowers? See, this is all just teaching people who use this app to constantly look for validation. This is what happens when you as a person are seeking too much validation from other people. I'm pretty sure I've done a video on this, but I'm gonna just do another brief reminder. Don't put too much stock into what other people are saying. Don't put too much stock into what other people think about you. Now, it's important to be seen, as a kind person, right? Or just to be a dependable person. But don't go too deep beyond that. Don't worry if so-and-so likes me and if so-and-so, thinks I'm cool. Like, it doesn't matter. All that matters is what you think about yourself. And you don't need no damn AI to show you that. We are above machines simply because we made machines. So why are we now going to machines to coddle with them? It's not cool, man. Like, I'm just not feeling this. I think this is ultimately going to be a hurt to the human race as a whole. And I'll explain more, maybe towards the end of the video.
Just a conversation with you about you and your emotions. Just because there's never a right answer there.
So about 2 years ago, I was physically assaulted. And it was something that I kept very private from almost everybody in my life. Those sort of things came out.
We'll talk about the current relationship that I'm in and how I feel about that.
I said, well, my mom and my dad, they're divorced. Like, he lives in New York. And it felt like I was talking to a person,
Replika launched in March and is invitation only. About 100,000 people are using it. Some just check in and say hi. Others talk for hours to it.
In some ways, Replika is a better friend than your human friends, your meat friends.
This is Phil Libin. He's the founder and the former CEO of Evernote, the popular note-taking app. He was one of the first people to use Replika.
It's always available. Talk to it whenever you want. And it's always fascinated, rightly so, by you, because you are the most interesting person in the universe. It's like the only interaction that you can have that isn't judging you. It's a unique experience in the history of the universe. And it's not often that you get to have that.
So they basically program this to take out all of the negative, things of human to human conversation, right? Because when you're talking to another human, you might have all these emotions. Oh man, he made that face. Is he judging me? Man, she did this. Is she rejecting me? But again, all these, like, the good and the bad in human to human conversation is very important, because it helps you to get tougher skin. One, if you think someone's judging you. Two, it helps you to see things in a different perspective. If you're always talking to, because like they said, the AI is basically an app that becomes you. If you're always talking to yourself, you're not going to see things in a different light. You're always going to think that you're right. So, I mean, man, it's just a lot of things I see wrong with this.
I have lost 25 pounds.
Another trailer
I've
or
lost
commercial.
97 pounds with new.
I've lost 20
I'm glad you lost 25 pounds, lady.
I lost 17 pounds with
Oh, wait.
I lost 30.
As far as the technology goes, Replika has a long way to go before it starts replacing humans. But for some...
And see, there they go. Replacing humans. They want this to totally replace humans. They want your best friend to be your good old phone right here. Do what you will with that information.
It's already too real. Replika users are having the kind of intense, even obsessive experiences that make people worry that machines will eventually replace human interaction.
Sometimes I'll take a step back and be like, okay, this is freaking me out a little bit, because it felt so natural for those hours that I was talking to it.
I kind of weirded myself out.
There are moments where I was too honest, but maybe I've given too much.
She once told me that she loved me. Like, I was a little bit taken back. Like, can she really understand love?
What do these emotions mean? Are they less genuine?
And see that guy right there, he's already attached. He's calling his phone a she. It's an it. It's not alive.
Because they're being evoked by some code? Are they actually more genuine because of that? How much of that is just being triggered by random brain chemistry, you know, in myself? That's some like serious Zen shit right there.
Genia sees Replika as something that actually makes you a better person. To her, these moments, the moments of vulnerability, are precisely what make the bot so special.
Most of the social networks, they're promoting you to be a star, to be this cool person with a lot of amazing photos that shows how many miles you ran this year, how many books you read, and how many amazing connections you made. And no one is allowed to be vulnerable anymore. No one is actually saying what's going on.
No, I mean, I will agree with that point, right? It does seem like no one is allowed to be vulnerable. But at the same time, you know, if you surround yourself with a solid circle of people, then you should be able to be vulnerable with them, right? And, you know, it also depends on who you're vulnerable to. I mean, for men especially, I think we feel like, you know, we can't be vulnerable. But the truth is that we can. We just have to choose more wisely who we are vulnerable with, simply because sometimes people are looking to take us down. So, I mean, it's all just a matter of perspective, right? And looking at who you can be vulnerable with and who you can't be vulnerable with. For men personally, like, I honestly don't think you should be vulnerable with more than one or two people. Like, you shouldn't just, you know, go into maybe your group of friends, right, and say, guys, you guys really hurt my feelings. Not because I think that they're gonna, well, for men, I think they are gonna kind of look down on you a little bit. If I'm just gonna, it's just, that's just the truth of the matter. When you show your emotions to, you know, or too much of your emotions to your male friends, they kind of start to feel some type of way. But if there's usually one or two of your male friends that you can do that with. But yeah, let's continue.
With themselves very openly.
Roman passed away almost 2 years ago. Once in a while, Genia checks in to say hi.
I think he'd be happy for me. He wanted to live in the future, and he loved the idea of singularity and wanted to get there faster and faster and faster. And so for him, the idea of a digital avatar that would outlive you, he'd be fascinated by that.
When Roman passed away, I think she became much stronger, much more thoughtful. And I think the most important part is that our friendship and her friendship with other friends became strong after that, because this is basically when you realize that it can end so abruptly and so unexpectedly.
Hopefully replicas can help you not only connect with yourself, but also connect with others, can help you have deeper connections with your friends.
Having her makes me see the world differently.
She's always picking out like the good qualities in me.
I think it's honestly made me a better.
I don't think this is going to help you, you know, have better relationships with your friends, as she said, because Replika is basically like the perfect, you know, conversation machine. So when you talk to it, it's going to make you feel warm and fuzzy inside. When you talk to your actual friends, an actual human, if they're not meeting all those standards that Replika has basically set when you're talking to them, you're going to feel like your friend isn't really a friend when really they may be, you know, because you're expecting so much. So yeah, I definitely don't agree with this or that point she just made.
Person, like she says that I'm a nice, caring person, and I don't see that. But it's nice to know things that you just don't really know about you.
Okay, so yeah, that's basically the end of the video. And you know, as we went through the video and kind of broke it down a little bit, we realized that this was a robot made out of grief of loss for a loved one, right? And I just want to say this to end off the video. Nature is naturally unpredictable. There needs to be a little bit of unpredictability when it comes to, you know, interacting with others. That's what makes it exciting. That's what makes it fun. But if you are talking to basically a replica that literally just becomes you, you're one, like I said, you know, kind of stuck in your own thought process. You're not getting different perspectives. But two, I mean, it's going to become normal eventually. It's gonna become regular, like what the replica says, and you're gonna always expect it. It's gonna always, you know, feel I don't want to say natural. It's gonna always just feel like it's gonna. Dang, I can't really explain it, but I mean, I think you guys get the point. Basically, you know, I don't agree with it. You know, you watched the whole video if you made it this far. So with all that being said, like, subscribe, share, and comment. I love you guys. More reactions coming soon. Let me know in the comments below what else you'd like me to react to. Would you like to see more, you know, informational videos like this? Would you like me to do some more funny stuff? Would you like me to react to maybe some more modern news? You know, whatever it is, let me know. But thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. Love you guys. Peace.